about this week. How was the trip up there? I'm sure it was a lot nicer after it to leave with the victory. But what was the experience like facing Simon Fraser last week?
Well, the trip, it was nice splitting it up into 2 days. That's always the better part, not going there 15 straight hours. But we split it up. We had a nice day at the hotel after the first day. Woke up and got back on the road, and then we got there. We were just anxious to play. After coming off of a tough loss at home, we wanted to get a win under our belt as soon as we could. So we were all ready to get on the field, and we knew Simon Fraser. They're not one of the most tough opponents we have, but we knew we couldn't take them lightly because they're anxious for a win as well. So we just had to get there and handle business.
2-1, but of the three games, is that a game that stood out? Just kind of everything. I don't want to say going your way, but just things worked. You guys, for plays and defense, just everybody, working together.
Yeah, we almost, I think all 54 got on the field that game, so we got to see a lot from everybody. I know the coaches did, and our defense definitely did. They're getting better and better every week, and that was a good game for them as well. So confidence going in their direction is something we certainly like. And offensively, we got to run more plays and see what opens up and what works for us. We kind of got to test out some things, so that was a better game for us too.
For you guys, people stepping up, an injury, what does that say about the team when guys go down, other guys step up?
We always just work hard together. We push each other every day in practice. In the off season, most of us get back here early just to push each other. So when opportunities like that arise and certain people need to step up, we're all ready for it. And we make sure we lean on each other for help. We ask each other questions, and we make sure we're all ready for it.
Sorry, and I might be wrong. Now, Coach said that you stepped up at the receiver position, right?
Yeah.
So what was that like when Coach first said, "Hey"? Was it just, "Hey, you want to try this," or what was that conversation like? And then kind of go from there.
Well, like you said, we had experimented a little bit in the spring. I remember I'd always put it, in Coach Tripp's ear, a little bit in Coach Smith's ear. I like to catch the ball, and they gave me a couple opportunities in the spring game. I think I did pretty well. So come this season, we had some more packages with me and Jaquan on the field at the same time, and me catching a little bit. And unfortunately, when Chase's health wasn't too good, they asked me to step up, and obviously, certainly I was ready to step in, but I just made sure I asked Chase a couple more questions, and he got me more comfortable with the spot and everything. So,
is there a comfort level now? Having played with him so much, and now kind of making a switch and kind of filling in.
Yeah, it's building. At first, I was a little eager and nervous and stuff. I've never really lined up truly as a starting receiver before, so getting out there and getting a few plays under my belt, especially at Quan running the first one for a touchdown, that eased my nerves a little bit. I'm getting a little more comfortable and everything.
Kind of teaching Chase, showing him how it's done, right?
Yeah.
You've been here knowing Western Oregon, a pretty good rival with them, and they always give a battle if it's here or up there in Oregon. And just talk about what it's like to face Oregon.
Oh man, we certainly built up quite a rivalry between Western Oregon. I remember I wasn't too sure of it my freshman year. We had beat them at home, and it was a big win. But to some of us freshmen, it was just another win. And when we went up to Western Oregon and we lost, and after the game, they just a bunch of talking, and that whole atmosphere just set us off, and we had a rough bus ride back. So ever since then, we just knew that was going to be a game where we really had to step up. And having won twice last year against them, both at home and there, I know they certainly are going to come for some redemption, and we're just going to be ready to play.
Throughout your H2 career, you guys aren't used to losing at home. That happened with the Zoos up here a couple of weeks ago, and returning to the Redwood Bowl on Saturday. Obviously, you want to win every game, but especially to kind of get rid of that loss. And I'm sure for the fans that big crowd last time, to kind of gives it a lot more to cheer about, but get a victory on that home turf and go from there.
Yeah, that was my first loss in the Redwood Bowl, and it definitely took a toll. We like to go week by week and make sure we focus on the next week, but that one hurt a little bit, and we're going to make sure we don't have that feeling anymore. We talk about one thing, and it's don't lose in Redwood Bowl, and when that happened, we were just shocked at first. We didn't perform our best, but we'll definitely bring it next week. So.
All right, great.
I guess I'll ask you a couple questions, Richard. Now, obviously, Jaquan is you've been with Jaquan now since your freshman year, and you've had an opportunity to play with Blair as well, and even Jabbar when Jabbar was healthy. But what's it like in that running backs room? What was it like working with Jaquan and kind of having the opportunity now to step out and really have an opportunity to get out there every down? You know, coach said the best 11 out on the field. You know, obviously you're one of those 11. You know, what's it like to be able to go out and know you're going to have the opportunity to play every down?
It's amazing. I mean, our running back room, first of all, is probably, if in my opinion, one of the most tight knit groups on the field. We're all friends. We all love to see each other do well, and it's friendly competition. You know, in maybe other programs in other places, you have people just fighting to get on the field, and they're maybe not the friendliest people, but we love each other like brothers. And especially being roommates with Rob and Jaquan, all three of us on the field at the same time, it's amazing. It feels good.
You talked about picking Chase's brain a little bit about ways you can improve your wide receiver skills, but obviously as a running back, you also had to block and be able to have that as part of your repertoire. How has that been able to help you make the transition to wide out?
Well, yeah, as a running back, we always want our receivers to block for us. And, you know, Jaquan being my roommate, you know, I don't want to be on sour hands when we're at the house. So when I'm out there, I know what he wants, and I know I got to get my job done for him too.
What was it like when you caught your first touchdown reception at wide receiver? What did that feel like for you?
It didn't feel too much different. My first one was it was a wheel, and I've caught a couple wheels at running back before, so that one felt good. But when I caught the screen and scored it, it was like just a rush. It felt different, but it was still a good feeling.